First, let me start by saying that any film that takes the approach to immersion by making their audience wear contraptions that makes Urkel look like a modern-day Fabio should really be shot in their loins. I'm reviewing, of course, Alice 3D, as in 3 dimensions, not to be confused with the slang 3 deep, associated with the sexual act known as the shocker. There are 4 aspects of cheese this film I rather despise. Tim Burton, who has the directorial originality of fake Swiss cheese with the holes in it, Johnny Depp, who undoubtedly steals the award for the most cheesy performance violently from the hands of Roger Moore himself in every movie, Walt Disney, whose legacy for cheesy movies is legendary, and of course Avril Lavigne, who by now most certainly has the voice of an angel, that is, a Hell's Angel coughing up cheese at 4 in the morning. The movie starts out like a scene from a Maryland French novel. Men are evil and women are undervalued. Female repression goes to the point where only men are allowed to think, when all of a sudden some pompous jackass proposes to a woman who's clearly out of his league by today's standards, and she runs off after a fucking rodent and falls in a hole, this stupid slut. In one of what I soon discovered were numerous and boring, long, drawn-out scenes in which nostalgia turns inside-out Hollywood style. The blonde bimbo eventually puts 2 and 2 together and comes up with 3. Not an acceptable solution, but let's face it, any more time spent on finding 4 would be a tragic waste. She then discovers a world that was clearly designed by one of the many drawing monkeys employed for any given Burton movie. The man is to creativity what Jack the Ripper was to cardio surgery, ass backwards and messy. Eventually along this road she meets Captain Jack Sparrow. I say that because Depp seems incapable of playing anything except the drunken pirate from the Caribbean anymore. They've somehow managed to turn the quirky and insane Mad Hatter into the bastard offspring of Jack Sparrow and Carrot Top. Perhaps instead of trying to pour every cent into winning the more CGI than 300 award, they could send Johnny Depp off to acting school, or perhaps save money by hiring an actor no one's ever heard of, instead of giving me one more reason to suspect Depp of being Burton's faithful butt monkey. As if bad acting, bad nostalgia, and bad set design weren't enough, they throw in their 2 cents to bad plot as well. Previously, I commented on originality, and here's where I beat the point over the head like a dead horse. Alice is now our one ring. The chosen one. Oh, fuck it, she's the one that's destined to kill this evil dragon pet of an oversized drama queen who rips her character off of Frau Misswell from the Awesome Powers series. Carrie Fisher should sue. It's a plot element that hasn't been used since, well, the Matrix trilogy, Johnny Mnemonic, Star Wars, Jet Li's The One, or any movie that uses good versus evil with any Christ symbolism, name a few. This movie subscribes its plot aspects to the Winona Ryder theory of shopping, grab shit and run out the door. After an hour of some horridly bland plot twists which are so pathetic the other movies just point and laugh like bullies at a War Arms child, Alice winds up nude in front of her new nemesis, after one of the most horrendously improvised lies, only believable in this film, possibly due to the fact that none of the voice actors can give a shit. They become buds until Alice betrays her and joins the good sister. I suppose it's only natural that they are sisters. Historically, siblings in film and media have always clashed. Abel and Cain, Data and Lore, Michael and Lucifer, and now Big Head and the white-dressed gothic chick who's creepier than a pedophile soccer coach in the boys' change room smelling the wet towels. Inevitably, it all leads up to an Agent Smith versus Neo-style ending in which, spoiler alert, Alice chops off the head of the dragon in the happy ending tradition that has earned Disney its previously mentioned cheese title. In my opinion, as an unbiased critic, hush up, dammit, I am. This movie is just trying too hard. That is, trying too hard to fit the formula transcribed and rocked by every other good versus evil movie out there. Protagonist has a shit life. Protagonist finds herself in a hole or knickers deep in shit and must change her outlook on life and acquire power that was inside her all along, making the bulk of the movie as big a waste of time as Drew Carey taking over for The Price is Right. Personally, I would have cancelled the show instead of nosediving it into a suicide by a host, but I digress. If you're taken in by CGI, being startled out of your boxes by the 3D effect, and the thought of seeing bare shoulders when picturing the rest of her naked, only to be shocked when the camera flies to Big Head or any other character stolen from virtually any movie with similar actors or theme, then by all means this movie is for you. However, if you have the slightest taste in cinema, or consider yourself a connoisseur of any sort, then perhaps this isn't the movie for you. If you're looking for the cinematic masterpiece that this movie promises, then may I perhaps direct your attention to the Blu-ray release of Lord of the Rings. Finally, I have to rate this movie a fancy D+. For all the deal breakers and failings, it's just not good in any resemblance to something that one might call good. And at the end of the movie, you realize this isn't Disney's cling to a few more dollars, nor Avril Lavigne's chance to alienate her own fanbase, although she takes this chance and runs with it. It's simply Tim Burton and Johnny Depp firing their own Bukkake brand of artistic bullshit up the ass of a supposed Disney classic. I believe the British have a word for people like that. I think it's called wanker.